Recently, the introduction of the electronic cigarette inspired other companies to start marketing their products towards youth like you guys and us. They market them to youth because then you guys are lifelong buyers. Because once you start that addiction, it's almost impossible, or it's really hard to reverse it and to stop using these products. So their goal is to get you guys to want to use these devices when you're this young, because then you're going to be buying their products until you die.
Growing up, I can't even remember a time that I didn't know cigarettes are bad for you, don't do them. You know, simplistically, you know, as a kid. So why does that have to be different with e-cigarettes?
Most people know that smoking's dumb and stupid and say they would never smoke because they see all the people that have smoked and seen what's happened. I almost feel like it's just like another repeat cycle where that almost all needs to happen again.
Now I guess it's the re-education that vaping is bad too, that it contains the same nicotine, the same addictive chemicals that a cigarette would, but it just looks nicer, and so therefore it seems less intimidating and less harmful.
There's formaldehyde in it.
Formaldehyde?
So you're breathing that in.
What is formaldehyde used for? Embalming. What's embalming?
Preserving bodies.
Preserving bodies when you're
Dead.
Inhaling anything but oxygen is obviously not going to be good.
No, like in comparison to other things, it might be safer, but like any chemicals that are going into your lungs probably isn't.
It's like
safe.
comparing getting hit by a car to getting hit by a motorcycle. You're still getting hit by something.
Okay.
I've been vaping for a year and a half consecutively, and I have noticed that the addictive presence is definitely there. I've noticed when I don't have it, I notice my mood changes and my body feels different and I get sick, and it's not a feeling that I want to have. So I just keep vaping to keep the feeling away, basically.
I freak out when I don't have nicotine. Like, I freak out. I started crying and had like a panic attack one time when I broke mine.
Previously in e-cigarettes, like the cig-alikes and whatnot, that we were seeing a very low nicotine concentration. Like, it was just kind of a lower buzz. And with the Juul products specifically, they're a lot closer to a cigarette nicotine-wise.
All it takes is one puff, and you already have more nicotine than you would know what to do with.
It's super, super strong nicotine. Like, just one little hit, you can get super buzzed, and you'll start like hyperventilating and stuff, like if you rip it too long.
I don't really think about what it's doing to my body until it's too late, you know, until you're sick from it.
And there are so many chemicals in there that like we haven't learned about, that we don't know about. They put little tiny disclaimers on there about it because like they don't want everybody to know.
We're in nursing, and this nursing class, we're all based on empathy and human compassion and caring for other people. And when you're looking at the big tobacco companies that are like connected to Juul and all these other vaping things, it's like the empathy is completely gone.
I feel like they kind of target at younger kids just with the different kinds of flavor, like saying, oh, this will taste like cotton candy or something, then little kids are like going for it.
The flavors have just gotten kind of out of hand at this point. As you can see here, they have some flavors as maple pancakes, vanilla cupcakes, you know, bubblegum, grape, yeah, everything like that. Everything you'd see in like pop flavors, candy flavors, things like that are really trying to get you guys to buy these. So those kind of mask the harsh taste of tobacco. If you're ever going to smoke an actual cigarette, I can promise you, you would not like the taste at all.
And even though like the companies, they deny it, it's kind of obvious they want younger people so that the new generation is still buying the product.
Mm-hmm. At first, there was a peer pressure, but then when you started doing it, you became that peer pressure. I got one of my best friends into doing it on my birthday party. because he tried it that night, and then after then he's just stuck to it. And now when he doesn't have a vape, he smokes cigarettes, and then now that's kind of on me, and I feel terrible about it.
We've even received a little bit of backlash from people in the school for this project on Snapchat, and that makes it hard sometimes when you're trying to be the one that strays away from that, but I promise you, you are doing what's right, and you are the cool person for getting away from that and separating yourself. You don't want to be like everyone else.
And you're going to be way cooler at 50 and alive than they are at 50 and dead because they use these devices.
And being able to
Just
breathe
saying.
on your own and not with the machine that helps you breathe.
Now that I've started vaping, it's so hard to exercise or do anything like that. I'm so short of breath.
I play football at the high school, and I have a lot of friends on the team that were regularly trying to use these devices during the season, and the players would be actively trying to get them to stop, please don't do this, it's not good. And they would come to practice and they would admit that their lungs felt hot, tight, they weren't breathing as well, and when it came time to run at the end of the practice, they couldn't really make it through because of that. And I think that's really just a big thing to keep in mind. If it's affecting your body in that way when you're 16, 17, 18 years old, or even younger at 8 years old, how's it gonna be by the time you get to be 40, 50 years old?
If you get caught, well, you have the initial suspensions, and then for a lot of the people on my team, the team loses a lot of trust, and sometimes the team gets used to not having you, and you just never get back into things like they were before.
There's been a lot of other incidents with them, like they can blow up, catch on fire, a lot of other things like that. I've seen some really gruesome pictures of people who have been smoking them, and they've actually blown up right in front of their face and left serious damage, permanent skin damage to their face. There was one kid in the high school last year. He was sitting in the library doing homework. It was during a lunch period, and it was in his backpack, and all of a sudden, and I'm not kidding, his backpack caught on fire.
It's like the vapes become a part of you. It's like you have to have it, otherwise you're not gonna have a good day. You don't want to talk to people, you're gonna be crabby, and that's all you can think about all day is how am I gonna get my nicotine?
It's just common sense, like there's probably chemicals in there that aren't good for you. We know that plastics, when you put them in the microwave and you have food in them, that's not good for you. So why would this heated, chemically, electronic looking thing, why would that be good for you? It doesn't make any sense.
In 6th grade, the vaping was Crocs, and before that it was Heelys. Everything just has. I'm sorry, what? And now it's bands.
Bandanas and fidget spinners.
Everything has silly bands. An amount of time before the new thing.
There is no point. There's really no point in doing it except for you're gonna ruin your lungs. That's really the only thing that's gonna happen. I wish I didn't do it. I wish I didn't start.
Don't do something that's like a long lifetime investment. It's like you wanna buy a puppy at 14 and take care of that thing for how many years now? No. So why would you wanna scar and destroy your body at age 14? Because you only get one. You only get one set of lungs.
And I just don't want to be involved with things that can just set me up for failure. And I also just don't think it makes you cool.
It's embarrassing, really. It's not something to be proud of. It's not cool. I go in the bathroom and see people doing it, and it's not. But I do it too. I'm in the same situation, and I don't think, when I see other people do it, I'm like, that's disgusting. That's not cool. But then I go and do it myself, and it's it makes absolutely no sense.
I don't want to be a guinea pig.
It's hard to explain. I just wish I never had that part of my life because there were some nights where I had such a nic buzz where I just didn't feel good and I wasn't myself, and then now I kind of I still have that feeling I want it and I need it. It's so and I hate that feeling.
Don't even start. It's not something you'll regret in 50 years. It'll be something you regret in 4 years.
Look, Converse were in. Now we have Vans. Vaping was in.
Now it's out.
Now we just have air.